But let's get into it. It's PSG versus Vitality. William, or I don't know how you pronounce this, but William is what I'm going to say. That's Fairy Peak in the Batmobile, the only Batmobile in the lobby. So, rank 2 and 3 at the moment are K-Dop and Fairy Peak in rank 2v2. K-Dop was rank 1 the other day. I think Itachi's taken it away from him. Chaussette, though, is rank 5, so they're basically all up there. And, you know, if I had to pick one, I would go for K-Dop and Fairy Peak. They've got that slightly longer duo synergy. They go way, way back. Way, way back. You've got to watch out for this man here, Chaussette. He needs to pop off if K-Dop and Fairy Peak are to be beaten. Farah is going to try and just play a solid series, and that's why he is such a good player as well. He's just very, very solid. He just does what you expect from him if you're on his team. And you know, when you're on the opposing team, it's actually harder to get reads on, harder to figure out what to expect. Here he begin between the boost and the ball there. Pass it to K-Dop across the goal. It's going to be 1-0 to Vitality. Not the fastest goal, but fast enough. It's like there was a bit of a sharp turn there by Chaussette in the goal line, and he's pre-jumped and missed the ball. He probably would have saved this if he just stayed grounded. As is, it's a lead for Vitality, minute into the match. So, just to continue this Vitality PSG sort of discussion for a moment before we get deep into this game, you know, it is worth mentioning, especially since we've got Fruity in chat right now, that Scrub Killer, the current teammate of Fairy Peak and K-Dop, vowed not to lose to PSG in major competition for the entire year of 2019, and I believe since he said that, they've actually lost 3 times. So that didn't go too well. But this will be a brand new one. I don't think they've played in any official 2v2 tournaments against each other, with K-Dop and Fairy being, I would say, most likely the 2v2 that you would choose, despite the fact that Scrub is also a really good 2s player. It's probably the 2v2 you choose just about of any team. Look at this by Fairy Peak. He's caught Chaussette sleeping with a beautiful volley. Chaussette coming in, trying to challenge that one right before the bounce, expecting that maybe Fairy Peak's going to wait for that bounce, take a bit of a wider run up, and hit it on the half volley. Fairy Peak sees that coming. He's always ready to cut in with the side flip volley. Slow play by Fairy Peak. He's just trying to bait Farah in there. He wants Farah to come forward so that he can take him out of the game. He doesn't. He's going to slap it over his head anyway towards K-Dop. It's good link-up play by Vitality. Nice demo there by Farah. That's going to turn over the possession, and now PSG have a chance, but K-Dop's going to shut it down quite easily. Fairy Peak did spawn right behind him, which was useful for K-Dop. He knew he could turn and challenge that pretty safely. Farah and Chaussette not playing like as much of a unit right now. Chaussette trying to make something happen himself. Still half the game to go. Farah snaps a shot early. Fairy Peak's ready for just about anything in that position, though. Like that pass across field by Chaussette, and another one this time. Farah back towards the center, and that is a really nice team goal by PSG. Hello? This pass by Chaussette, phenomenal. Blind to Farah across the field.
What's happening at the top level of ranked hockey, but I understand
ranked hockey.
Top-tier players together may be difficult.
We did do one hockey mains 3v3 versus Bread. Well, are they still called Bread? I think they are. The new North American RLCS team, who are looking like they might be a contender for, well, obviously they're a contender for a land spot because RLCS hasn't started yet, but they're looking like they might even be, at this moment, one of the favorites to take a land spot, with EG not looking as hot, Ghost looking, you know, unconvincing, Splice also dropping off a little bit, Rogue also, you know, very, very shaky. I'd say Bread are probably your 4th best team in North America right now. Well, they played against the Ice Hockey mains IV and lost. So that's the one show match that we've done with Ice Hockey mains. The Blizzard Wizards. Big shot there by K-Dop.
But I think France might just edge this one out.
Oh, very clever. Very clever indeed. You know, for all of K-Dop and Fairy Peak's strong start that they had, it's actually Chaussette and Farah that are starting to gain a bit more territory, managing their boost very well. And K-Dop and Fairy Peak are going to have to be careful here for the final minute. All it would take is another one of those passing plays that Chaussette and Farah managed to link up, and this could be a tie game. K-Dop's actually taking it away from Fairy there, who might have had an easy shot. Not much boost for Farah. He's looking to see where Chaussette is. Goes it all the way himself. Chaussette has to back away as K-Dop's ball chasing. Another passing play by PSG though, and it's going to be another goal for PSG. And they are on the warpath. They're on the comeback trail here. Chaussette slow plays it. Fairy Peak's way out of position. That's just great poaching by Farah. He's found the space at the far post and he's got the goal as a reward. 50 seconds left. We're all tied up in game 1. Now, those passing plays can be so risky in 2v2, and the question is, now, will PSG keep on going for these infield passes? Because if you do, and the other team read it, it could just as easily be a goal for them, because you don't have that third man back, you don't have the luxury of 3v3. It's almost a goal for Chaussette. Double touch against 2 out of position baguettes. Now K-Dop down to Fairy, who's completely boost starved. You know, I'll tell you what, the PSG boys are managing their boosts a lot better than Vitality are. At the end of this one, Chaussette goes it alone. Farah's just going to watch that one go wide. Now, Farah could have left the mid boost there. It's a bit awkward now because Chaussette's gone all the way back for the back corner. Luckily, the ball did not bounce into an awkward position, so they're going to be just fine. K-Dop pre-jump, misses it, grounded by Fairy. Overtime game 1. Gearbox, maybe. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, I'm not sure. I've not spoken to Leth about his plans, but still being an RLCS, I'm sure he's going to give that a good run. Although he's definitely loving the map making right now. PSG probably showing up a lot better than many of you guys in chat expected, myself included. These guys, I thought they might take a little while to warm up, but they have not. They managed to respond, retaliate very early on in this match after an expected strong start from K-Dop and Fairy Peak. The amount of times I've seen these two in ranked just completely demolishing other teams in the first 1 minute, 1 minute 30 seconds of matches. It's an awful lot. Farah decides not to go for the infield pass there. I think that was a really smart decision actually. It's super risky to go for if he did. Chaussette just going to move up and make sure that there's no infield pass option for Vitality. Fairy Peak goes up strongly for a shot from distance. Saved well by Farah. Chaussette's got to be careful here. He's only got it as far as Fairy Peak, and it's a double commit from PSG. Gives the win to Vitality. K-Dop managed to get both players out of the game here. That's actually a really unfortunate touch by Chaussette. Farah may have had this, but Vitality will get the win in the first match. The favourites, probably in any matchup, I would say, even slightly in favour. I would give this probably even slightly in K-Dop and Fairy Peak's favour against the likes of Metsinoris and Magnus from Finland, the likes of, you know, a Garrett G, Justin from NA, although I don't know if Justin, I mean, Justin's really good at 2v2, but he never plays 2s tournaments. I don't know what your USA A team would be. Alright, game 2. PSG need a strong start here. It's going to be pretty tough to win 3 in a row against Fairy and K-Dop. That's obvious. Fairy Peak was blocking, I think, any shot on target there. It was just a crossbar. Fairy Peak somehow getting a good block on this one as well, but K-Dop knows better than to challenge Chaussette for pace in that area of the field. So it's back to just not taking themselves out of the game for France. That was technically an open net for Farah, not an easy one. But if he had boomed that to the far post, I don't think K-Dop was getting there. Infield pass again for PSG. This has been their #1 way to score. It's wide open, but nobody's there this time. So Farah was able to almost put that one on target. Risky hit by Chaussette. Gets dunked on pretty hard by K-Dop. It's that kind of touch that you really don't want to be making in 2v2, because if you do get dunked on, your teammate has to solo defend in a 1v2 situation, albeit briefly. Team bump by PSG. K-Dop gets a demo and the ball after Chaussette got beaten to it. Farah's taking himself really out of the game here. This is risky now. Fairy and K-Dop have a bit of alone time, and it's going to be Fairy Peak 1 boost rebound attempt. He's not close enough. K-Dop gets on the wrong side of the ball as well. Decides to pass it to himself. That could have been so much worse. I think PSG got a bit lucky there that Vitality couldn't make more of that in the 2v1. You know, in a 2v1 and 2v2, all you really need to do is get a strong 50-50 and you're good. That's all you want to do sometimes. Farah looking for maybe an infield pass. He's ran out of time and lost a shooting angle as well. Once again, PSG take that mid boost, and that forces the second player to run all the way back. It's causing them problems. This is definitely a misplay, in my opinion, for Chaussette to turn here on the mid boost. So now Farah has to go all the way past him, and instead of having somebody challenge, or you know, that earlier challenge combination, they have to wait until the ball's so close to their net before they can make that first challenge. You see what happens when they leave shots to go in from that range. Pre-jump over K-Dop shot's going to make it 2-0. And now Vitality are really starting to run away with it. It is a good pass though by Fairy Peak. Look at that vision. Chaussette pre-jumping. Expecting K-Dop to shoot high. This time he was wrong.
Finally going to start subbing consistently, Johnny. Been watching your YouTube videos for over a year now, but only recently have been able to watch the stream. Love
welcome.
all the content.
Welcome, fellow llama lover. Welcome to the Twitch, dude. Oh, Farah with the solo play. I think you'd expect from Chaussette, but it's actually PSG captain. Getting a really nice air dribble over the top of K-Dop, who didn't expect that last touch, and he's popped it into the open net position for Chaussette afterwards. Another comeback maybe for the PSG boys. They went 2 down in game 1 before they started to really play their best. Well, that was the best we've seen in terms of solo plays from Farah, perhaps from all of PSG. It's a deep challenge attempt by Farah. He's most of the time going to be second best there. Chaussette's got a lot of work to do. All alone at the back, but he's saved a lot of boost. That's really well done by Chaussette to come out of that save with time to recover and 60 boost in his back pocket. You need to save your boost when you're in 1v2s. You're probably not going to get a runaway possession. K-Dop and Farah meet in the sky. Fairy Peak tries to find K-Dop as he rotates out. It's actually too awkward an angle for K-Dop. Like it was a surprise. You know, not many angles are too awkward for this guy. That's why he is one of the most prolific strikers in the world. Just birdies everything that you give him. The challenge from K-Dop, setting himself up there. He gets over the top of attempted challenge of Farah. Hi YouTube, my nose is bigger than yours, Johnny. I mean, I wouldn't doubt that some of you guys have got bigger noses than me. This is probable, actually. Very, very probable. I'm not sure what percentage, but, you know, definitely very possible. Positioning by Fairy Peak there. Realizing that there was a chance for Chaussette to get a second touch. Well, he's not banking on K-Dop winning that contest every single time. He's put himself in a spot to clean up if it does go wrong. PSG need a bit of energy now. They need some, I think, special play from one of their players. Infield pass again, and it is going to be saved this time by Fairy Peak. Farah was trying to shoot that one behind the defense. Maybe catch some pre-jumps, just like K-Dop caught Chaussette off earlier. Oh, K-Dop looks like he might be thanking a subscriber or something. He's just sideways in the goal line over here. K-Dop is streaming this, if I'm not mistaken, so you can go catch his... oh, K-Dop is lagging. Alright, well, hopefully that gets sorted out pretty soon. Fairy Peak doing a lot here. He's somehow managed to stay in the way of this one. You know, he's blocking a lot of the goal there, even though it did end up being a miss. Fairy Peak just beasting in defense. PSG are trying absolutely everything. Like, yeah, Fairy Peak refuses to concede. It's still a 2-goal game. K-Dop lag or no, PSG will be dropping this one. Vitality are going to be on triple match point. There was a bit of a Twitter battle. There's some Twitter beef. Not exactly beef. It was more just Twitter banter between Farah and K-Dop about this potential matchup. As K-Dop is saying to Farah that Farah and Chaussette must be afraid of him and Fairy Peak, but then Farah retaliated. He said, "Nah, we're more afraid of Casio and Alpha." So it's probably not something that Farah would say today, given how badly these first two, well, given the result of these first two games.
Johnny, my boy, what's up from keep doing your thing, bro beans?
What's up from NYC? VX, not much, dude. Just hanging out, watching some Rocket League between some of the best twos teams in the world. We'll see if PSG can make a comeback here. Now, let me catch up on some results. Well, some resubs here while K-Dop tries to fix his lag. Griffin, 11-month Prime, welcome back. Oh, Max Grant, 17 right now, thanks for the Prime sub as well. Proddy, 15-month Prime. He thinks it's going to be France. Good guess, I would say. Cheers to the 15 months, mate. It was Fellow Lama with a 2-month Prime. Welcome back. I'm Ron with a Prime. Welcome. Lights Out 56 with the Tier 3 7 months. What's with all these Tier 3s? Oh my days. That's the second one you've done.
Hey Johnny boy.
Savage Sunny with a brand new Prime as well.
How you doing? Try the 2v1 game. Maybe these boys in lobby will wanna give it a shot with you.
After this, I'm gonna try and cast some ones, but maybe, dude. I'll definitely. I mean, it is something I want to try. What were the final rules that we agreed on for this? I think we came up with a way to make it work, but I've forgotten the specifics. Do you remember? Lights Out. Yeah, having a full team is the same nationality adds a lot to this, because if you just have a random twos lobby, I don't think there's anywhere near as much on the line as when you're playing for your country, or at least when you're playing with you know, a member of your country, whether or not it's an official representation. Let me just make a mark of where I was with sub shout outs. I'll come back and shout out everybody else who's resubbed and cheered, etc. after this match or after this series. You've not been forgotten, but I appreciate all you guys. If you do have to go before then hopefully I'll catch you in the future. Dish attempt by Chaussette. What a play! Start off game 3. That's the first time that PSG are going to take a lead in this entire series, actually. Speedy dish, and it's a dunk on K-Dop on the goal line as well. And I did say, you know, Chaussette has to pop off for this to be a winning series for them. I think this still remains true. They look like they might have matched K-Dop and Fairy Peak in game 1, but for an entire series, you need Chaussette to play out of his mind if you're going to take down K-Dop and Fairy Peak. And what's that? Another goal set up by Chaussette. Ferra comes in with a tap in. 2-0 PSG. Chaussette has decided to show up. Now the question is, can they defend against a Vitality who are pretty good at switching up the pace and starting comebacks? So that's not the best shot by Fairy. It has gone in, but he almost missed this one. K-Dop got it past Chaussette and Ferra. Fairy Peak, my goodness, he played that one close. There was a wide open net and he's almost missed it. He gives himself a close one in the chat. Yes, Fairy, we are aware. Some of those shots are just too easy. You start to lose concentration. K-Dot booms in an equalizer and it didn't last long. It was Fairy Peak getting Chaussette and Ferra to back off initially, but in comes K-Dot doing what he does best, just blasting a shot top shelf. And the lead for PSG is already gone. Still, chance for them in this series is, wait a minute, is that another open net for Fairy? This one does go wide. Such a ridiculously good team at creating chances to score and just bullying a team into submission. You see this a lot with Fairy Peak when he plays 1v1. You just squashes his opponent into their half for minutes at a time, and he'll put, you know, 8 or 10 shots on their net in the same couple of minutes that pass by. Well, I don't really see this style of 2v2 from Fairy Peak except when he's playing with K-Dop. They just know how to keep the other team completely occupied with defense. K-Dop is going to leave that mid boost for Fairy. I love that play. Leaving the mid boost for your 2's teammate when you are the last man back can really play such a, I would say, more aggressive and reliable rotation. You get the first challenge in earlier. That's crucial in 2's. You don't want to let or only put a first challenge in as the ball's reaching your box, because if that ball bounces out sideways straight to their teammate, that's a shot that you can't really save. You don't have time to react. Passing attempt by K-Dop. It's intercepted by Ferra though. That's going to be on target for Shirley. No, it's wide. Ferra almost getting the lead for PSG back. It looked like he might have done it, but not this time. His infield passes are so risky. This is why you don't see them too often in 2v2. Why it was so impressive that PSG were able to pull it off twice against Vitality in game 1. Composure there by Fairy Peak, letting Chaussette jump over him with the bump. That's not the best clear by K-Dop. He's only gotten as far as Chaussette, and now 2v1 momentarily, but Fairy Peak does well. It's got to be the standout defender for me this entire series so far. Fairy Peak's touches have been exquisite.
Just dropping by on my morning tea break to say hi.
Morning tea break.
A 4v4
Where are you from?
England versus France would be good for a laugh.
4v4 England versus France. Now, international 4v4s would be pretty good. Oh! My goodness, Farah. Would have got a bit lucky if that had gone in, but, you know, aggression does get rewarded. I think it's better to be aggressive in twos than defensive. Look at the speed of Fairy Peak. He just suddenly springs into the air. Just out with a good angle in the 50-50, though. Kills a lot of time. Just didn't want to get crushed in that challenge. He was not so worried about winning it, just playing it so as not to lose. Just set dribbling plays, still looking threatening, but K-Dop somehow manages to win the ball while coming backwards. Good recovery demos by PSG, not for the first time in this series. K-Dop doesn't put a challenge in. He wasn't 100% sure where Fairy Peak had spawned. We could see that Fairy Peak spawned behind him, but he doesn't really know that in the moment, or he may not have. So he didn't want to put a challenge in case Fairy had spawned on the far side. That would have been too far away. Chaussette pass to himself. Fairy Peak's read it. A minute left. But look at that pass by Fairy to himself. He just shows PSG how it's done. This is exactly what Chaussette just tried to do to Fairy. Fairy turns around and does it better. He's gained a lot more territory with that first touch. Put himself in the sweet spot where he can't be challenged because he's put the ball too far away from Farah. But he also can put an unstoppable shot on target because he's got it close enough to the opposition goal. K-Dop needs to recover there just to stop himself from flying past the ball. You know, it all started off so good for PSG. Surprised not to see Farah fake that one. Very early pre-jump by Fairy Peak. It's almost on. Just Chaussette know that it's off. He won't know anymore because it's going to be in for the second time by K-Dop. 4-2. You know, whether it's the solo plays, the team plays, Vitality just... They've got a way to create really dangerous chances. Fairy goal now. You picked the worst spot ever. It was when a kickoff was happening, mate. 30 seconds left for PSG to attempt to come back. It's been just ridiculously good play by Vitality for this one. Farah hanging on. Pre-jump save on Fairy's near post shot. Chaussette has to try and nail this pass. Farah doesn't have enough boost to put an unstoppable shot on target. He knows that if he shoots there, Fairy Peak's just going to save it. 99 times out of 100, probably more. Still, one more chance for PSG. Fairy Peak with the mind games, probably just taking away the entire series from them though, and it will be 3-0 to Vitality. France take down France. You know, if no one else could do it, they can. K-Dop and Fairy Peak look really, really scary. I'm not sure if any of the other international teams that we've had on recently would go in as favourites against them. I think Metzenors and Magnus would have the best chance. Astral and Impact did look very, very solid as well, but well, not as solid. They popped off, but they weren't quite as consistent. Same thing for Germany. Pop-offs were there, but not as consistent. I just don't know how teams are going to be able to deal with this relentless aggression, this suffocating style that they've perfected. It really is quite something to watch. Now I've got a lot of, well, quite a few actually, not too many, but I've got a few alerts to catch up on, and then hopefully we'll be able to grab a couple of players for a 1v1 show match. That is the plan right now. Before I read out all of the alerts I missed, let me just quickly scroll through my friends list and see
boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats
who's online.
And boots and cats 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 and
Fruity's train them hearts. Yeah, Fruity. You could say that you're the training weights, maybe. I guess. This is like the Jesse, what Jesse brings to a team, right? Training weights. You put Jesse in a team as a substitute. They're probably going to play with him at some point. It's like training weights. You know, you're lifting like much heavier than you're going to have to lift in actual competitions. When you go to the actual competition, it's much easier to play. That's the theory, at least. But not jokes. Jokes. Jesse's the world's best 2v2 player. Everybody knows this. It's just facts. Right, let me catch up on these alerts. I've just asked a couple of ones players if they want to play. We'll get to that in a minute, hopefully. Wobbler, thanks for your 22-month Prime. Also, thanks to, let's see who else we got here. Toasty Nuts with the Prime sub. Canths with the Prime sub. Canths, I can't really say this very well. Quarter Cube with the Prime sub. Habenezer with the 23-month in a row Prime. That is almost a Grand Champion chat, mate. I'd love to see what's happening at the top level of ranked hockey. Ah, yeah. That was you who asked this question. Okay. Yeah, well, we can maybe do this. We'll have to think about that. Hey, Luke Angels, thanks for 250 bits. You got it right. France did win. Karaka CG, thanks to the Prime sub. Annual Box, thanks to the 50 bits. Luke Angels, another 20. He did get the number 1 back. I'm Ron with a Prime sub. Welcome. And where else were we on this? Who else did we not shout out yet? We didn't shout out Limp the JJ. Thanks for the Prime sub. Nihilor with the 2-month tier 1. Welcome back. Where are you from? This morning by you. 87 Squirrels. Thanks for the 8-month Prime. Salaminator, thanks for the 15-month Prime. You didn't get your prediction right, unfortunately. Eroshu, cheers for 250 bits. Luke Angels, another 250 just to take back that number 1 again. And Oleg Vonke, did I say this right? Thanks to the Prime sub. And Chicken Balk as well. Thanks for the tier 1. Appreciate all of you guys. Thanks for tuning in today. Like I said, we're going to hopefully get a 1v1 on stream right now. That would be pretty cool. And then afterwards, probably going to stick around for some tier 3 replay reviews. That's the plan. So if you are a tier 3 sub and you've sent me a replay on Discord, then I could potentially be doing that later. We'll see who's here, what the queue looks like. I didn't get it right. Oh, for goodness sake. K-Dop's looking back at Farah tweets. Oh, no. I couldn't understand them because they're all French.
Afterwards, boots and cats.
Eroshu snipes the number 1 with 271 bits. Cheers, Eroshu. Oh man, that's savage. Just taking it by 1. Yeah, I did do one curveball tourney. I did. Yes. But that was a while ago. Well, I think it was the day that curveball came out. But it's on my YouTube channel if you haven't seen it. It was pretty interesting. I hadn't really seen curveball up until then. So it was pretty cool. The Maxonite, thanks to the tier 1 as well. Cheers to that, mate. Yeah, William is Fairy Peak. That's what the alias Fairy is going by these days. I don't know if he's gonna stick with this. I hope he doesn't. I hope he sticks with Fairy Peak. It's such an iconic name in Rocket League now. I really hope he just goes with this for the rest of his Rocket League career. We actually did do a curve pinball tourney, but it didn't work as well as just basic curve, unfortunately, because it seems like when you add speed to the curveball, it actually doesn't curve as much. So that's probably not something you want to do. You look pretty tired there, man. Yeah, I'm good. I'm actually just, I think it's just this lighting is not really good. But yeah, I'm doing good, man. Thanks for asking. Been sleeping very well recently. Actually, last night not so much, but the 3 nights before that very well. Getting those 8 hours in. How many hours of sleep do you guys need? Type in chat how many hours. Let's see what the average looks like. I think 8 has got to be pretty normal. 15, that'll be the day. 5 to 6, 6, 7, 12. Aye, right, 7. Yes, 7 and 8 is probably, I think for me it's more like 7.5-ish. But that's including the, falling asleep time. 4. Like, there's probably some crazy people in here who go with 4 or 5 hours sleep, yeah. You can survive on 4. Well, you see, if I have to, I can survive on that. But I don't know, I wouldn't really want to. But yeah, I can definitely survive on this. Engineering students a 0. I did engineering. Actually, for my dissertation, I think I was awake for most of 50 hours in a row. That was the longest I ever stayed awake. I stayed awake for more than 2 days. I think it was 52 hours total. And I was hallucinating in the end. It was torture. Passed it though. Passed that dissertation. Did pretty good, so worth it. College computer science major. That answers your question. Is sleep. I mean, isn't college university? So yeah, I've done this too. I can relate. Andreas Z, thanks to the Twitch Prime sub. Appreciate you, man. You can't be at more than 30. Back in my uni days, I did 24 hours, like, a lot. For uni, I would do so many 24 hours just to revise and finish assignments, but I don't do them anymore. I mean, I can. I don't. Can I cast RLSS, the Rocket League Silver Series? I don't think we're going to do that today, but we could maybe look to do that in the future. Some point in the future. Just waiting to see if I can get a 1v1 series started, guys. That's the plan for the moment. Gonna see if we can get an opponent
Sleep
for Rottweiler, who's been popping off recently. Sleep is very important. You know what else is important? Drinking water. Stay hydrated, folks. Luke Angel sniping the #1 back by a mile. 252 bits. Cheers, mate. Squalor 11, thanks to the Twitch Prime sub. You're far too kind. Bluey versus Devo. Nah, it won't be happening today because Bluey has a headache. I was actually talking to him earlier, so he's not going to want to play. Sparkling W, thanks to the tier 1 sub. That is very kind of you. 3v3 Platts versus PC versus PlayStation. Another series like this. I guess it would be easier to do a series like this these days. What's a mile to a marathoner? Oh, Hiroshi previously stealing it by 1. Now he's taking it by a couple hundred. 479. Oh my goodness. Cheers to the bits, Hiroshi. Sparkling W. Thanks to the tier 1 sub as well. I've actually got to go and make. I have to put this 2v2 series that just happened on YouTube. Gonna stream the RLRS calls with Cole and Stumpy? Yes. Yes, I will. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to this. I've got to export this 2v2 series that we just played to YouTube. Let me see if I can find where it started. Belgium and Germany also look fantastic when they played on stream. Alright, that was... Do me versus John Sandman? We did do this before. As I'm sure most of you will have known. Most of you will see. Pretty good as well. I mean, Belgium and Germany also look fantastic when they played on stream. But let's get into it. It's PSG versus Vitality. When do I want to start this? But let's get into it. It's PSG versus... Probably want to start this at like 1:13:43. How do I choose this? Alright, perfect. Rottweiler versus Fairy Peak. Oh, we don't want to, like, you know, it's like you're celebrating Rottweiler's rank 1 climb, and we're giving Fairy Peak. That would be harsh. Although I heard him say on stream the other day that he does like playing against Fairy Peak more than somebody like Ixo. Because Ixo is less predictable. Alpha hasn't played once on stream. Alpha's almost definitely sleeping. He's still like focusing quite a lot on school if I'm not mistaken. So we're probably not going to be seeing too much of Alpha. Let's see. Rottweiler versus Flakes. I don't think Flakes is online right now. Yeah, Flakes is offline. He's usually someone who's going to bed earlier as well. Yeah, Rottweiler, I watched your stream. Is this not true? Is this the true information? Whoa! Luke Angels fighting back.
I heard of Iron Man. Kappa.
Oh my days! I didn't see this coming. Luke Angels with it. 1,228 bits. Holy cow! Not only is he first place, but he could do math. He added those up to hit it exactly on 2K. Or he has Google. One of those two. Let's see now. 30. See, how long does a 2v2 match usually take? It's usually like 7 minutes, right? It's usually like 7 minutes. So if we start one, or if game 3 finished, we probably want to highlight this when the VOD reaches 50 minutes, I guess. It's probably too short right now. Don't want to get a spoiler for YouTube if I upload this directly.
My prime. Best RL content creator out there. Yum.
Mervinatrix, thanks to the Twitch Prime sub, 2-month, welcome back. It's very kind of you. 100% best RL content creator. Oh, you guys are too kind. There's a lot of good RL content creators out there. It's actually getting better. Like the RL content creator space is growing, I would say. It is actually increasing. Some people think that Rocket League content is dead just because they look at like Fortnite views and Rocket League gets less views. But I mean, a lot of content creators like me, and I've spoken to lots of others, they're like, you know, getting more views, more watch time, whatever it may be. Holy cow. Erosion.
Game over.
What?
Easy. No re.
Well then. Look at us with the oh man. Well, thanks for 10,000 bits. What on earth? What is going on? That's a bit battle and a half. Mervinatrix says, say thanks for 2-month prime. I believe I might have, but thanks again. Holy cow. You just wanted to play a little bits game, and then you come in with this. Where's the VIP? Is this VIP content right here for Roshu? Rottweiler versus Monk. That's not a same server match, unfortunately. I'm not really doing any of our CU matches these days unless somebody specifically asks, because I don't know, it always like gives people kind of a reason to complain about the match or whatever, you know.